Hello, hello, and welcome to that Second Gen Life with Samhar. I'm your host, Samhar Raya. If you are a second generationer, child of immigrants, a diaspora leader, professional change maker, however you identify, this space is for you. This podcast is more than just storytelling. It's about strategy, identity, leadership, communities, finding yourself in this beautiful diasporic journey we're all going to. We'll talk about everything from navigating the workforce as a diaspora professional to the role that you can play in making an impact from where you are, locally or around the world. We'll talk about the realities and joys of being a second generationer, some of the challenges, some of the delights, but most importantly, we're going to remind you that you are powerful, that you belong, and that your job here is to create the spaces you wish existed. Hey everyone, welcome back to that Second Gen Life with Samhar. I'm your host, Samhar Raya, and it's been a minute since we did a last podcast. I'm just thrilled to be back here. We're already in the middle of October, and our summer into fall just blew past us. But one of the most exciting things that we've been doing the last few weeks, even months, is getting ready for our Diaspora Leadership Program. This is an annual program that I host every October, and it's immersive training for diaspora change makers and allies, right? So we go through all things that matter around what it means to make impact, how you turn your idea into reality and all that. But what I really love about this program is that I get one-on-one time with so many incredible individuals. So we just had our first session 2 days ago, this past Tuesday. And I just really want to share some readouts. I feel as many times as we've done this training, I first started this in 2015, and I did it for a couple of years before going into the workforce. Had to pause it. Of course, you do trainings in different ways when you're on one-on-one time, but this program, I was just dying to bring it back when I launched the TDA. And we're on our 4th cohort now within TDA. So I've done this quite a few times. And the thing that always gets me is just how wonderful it is to sit with a diaspora changemaker, a person who doesn't even know what their diaspora journey really looks like, what it's done to them, how it's shaped them, and watch them go through this process of locating themselves. And the first session of the program, it's introductory. We go through some of the foundations around what does diaspora mean, what has happened in your life, in your journey, what narratives have you been told, what did you inherit, what narratives are you carrying, to help them see how their existence as a member of a diaspora is informing and shaping the rest of their life. I really love that part of the course because it's an intro. It's dipping your toe in the water. But this year, I never realized how provoking Module 2 is. Okay, Module 2, which is all about defining your diaspora vision, it's much more thought-provoking than I realized. And every time I've done this module, I get the same feedback. Wow, I wasn't ready for all of this. These are really insightful questions. And I spoke to one of the people in this year's cohort after the session, and I said, what did you think? How did that session go for you? And she said, I've needed a couple days to think about it, but to be honest, it was really uncomfortable. In a good way. I said, why? What do you mean in a good way? She said, it's asking questions that I should have been asking myself all along. And that I kind of want to skip over, but I can't because you're exactly right. These are the questions that diaspora communities are going to ask us. And when we try to help our community or create a business, these are the questions that diasporas are going to ask. Why are you doing this? Why? How long are you in it for, really? And would you be doing this if it was for free? Are you getting paid? All of these sort of invasive questions that when you're asked, it is uncomfortable. But isn't it better to explore those questions on your own? So I think that was one major takeaway, was how thought-provoking Module 2 is and how necessary it is. I'm really proud of that. After so many years, I don't think I really understood the offering that I'm giving for diasporas is the space and the time to ask fundamental questions about your why, because it'll reverberate and it'll really show up in the interactions you have with diaspora communities, whether it's yours or another. The other takeaway I had was that we have stages of diaspora discovery, that people are at different points in life. And some have been waiting their whole lives for this kind of conversation. And some are just getting started, just graduating college. Others are almost retired and looking for their next chapter of life. And to how someone who's just starting out and someone who's looking at their sort of semi-retired life can go through the same journey and arrive at almost the same point, because it is about coming back to yourself. That has been probably my most revealing lesson in all these years that I've been teaching the Diaspora Leadership Program. Session 1 is an invitation to yourself. And session 1 is an invitation for you to make room for yourself. Because when we get to session 2, you're going to start working. We're going to roll our sleeves up and start identifying your audience, your message, how you navigate through the different dynamics of a diaspora community. Session 3 is the real hard, complicated things. How you make this a success, how you can communicate your vision and your initiative so that it is successful, so that people can see progress, so that you're not beat down by critics and naysayers. But I am grateful that I have this chance to bring people together to learn and explore such fundamental life questions. And I thank everyone who's joined us this year for the Diaspora Leadership Program. If you missed a chance to register, we do have a waiting list open. It's offered every October. So if you sign up now, you'll get the alerts when it's time. I tell you, you think you don't need it, and then you go through it and you realize, why did I wait so long? Why didn't I do this sooner? And I understand now just how important this roadmap is for people with diaspora backgrounds and for people who want to engage with diasporas. So that's my short insights, my takeaways. I want to do this every week. I want to share a little bit while we're doing the Diaspora Leadership Program. Thank you for sitting with me for these few minutes. If you're interested in learning more about the Diaspora Leadership Program, you can just visit our website, go to thediasporaacademy.com/DLP, and you'll see much more about the curriculum and the modules. And there's more to come. We have more things. But until next time, everybody, I want to wish you well. I hope you stay safe. I hope you are taking care of your spirit. I hope that you are using your time, talent, and treasure for good. We need to be building community right now. And if you're in the United States, I hope that means you're using your power to bring people together and to build our collective strength to resist all of the hate, negativity, and fascism. That's what this is. I encourage you to organize, use your power, use your skills to build something positive and build something inclusive, inviting. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow That Second Gen Life with Samhar on your favorite listening platform.